Time to open a frosty beverage.
What was that? What are you taking?
Is that working? Taking this time to open a frosty beverage.
Yeah,
Are we live?
That's what it was.
Are we on the internet?
We're not allowed to start until the caps are cracked.
All right, take two.
That's my new phrase. Like,
welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 107.
No.
8.
Yeah.
108. This is the show where we take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. We show you what we're working on, the challenges we're facing, and a glimpse of what's to come. And in this case, it's a whole episode about, you can't actually see what's to come. I got a whole table full of nonsense. This is a show where we have no technical problems, as already witnessed. And mostly it's a show where we hang out for 2 hours. We enjoy a frosty beverage. Look, I've been double fisting. I got both of them tonight. And we talk terrain.
Guys, wrist iced up. Let's go.
Woo! Cheers.
Cheers.
So what are we doing tonight, Chris?
Well, it's last. It hit harder than I thought it would. It's last Wednesday of the month, so we're taking a look at latest updates, prototypes surrounding our next Kickstarter, Cities Untold, Lowtown. Check out the brand new overlays made by Letitia.
We're in wood.
Yeah, we're in wood now.
And pretty much this is, from now through the end of January, all our streams are going to be cities, Lowtown all the time.
Yeah, we don't have time to talk about other stuff at this point. So we're launching in a month and a half.
There's nothing else. This is it.
So
enjoy. Yeah. Buckle up.
Yeah. Chris, new haircut? Yep, all of them. Yeah. What am I thinking? And there's going to be a giveaway, a gift card giveaway at the break. Well, there's no break. We don't stop. Just at the halfway point.
What do they have to do to get this gift card, Chris?
Oh, you just type in a secret word that we'll come up with when it's giveaway time. It's a $50 gift card for the store. Doesn't matter where you live. It's international available. Yeah.
Woo! And the key to the show is interact with us. That's why we're here. Ask us questions, tell us jokes, join in. Of course, you're welcome to just lurk and hang out. There's no wrong way to watch. Oh man, I had this light. I remember I forgot to turn the light on. I was shooting a picture earlier, and I forgot to turn the LED on.
Fine, don't worry about it. You guys are gonna freak out when you see this build.
If there's if there's any new people here, welcome. I don't know if you know what you're getting into, but buckle up. We got 2 hours of nonsense. I don't know what flavor of nonsense tonight will be. I'm not sure yet.
I don't know. I'm already very tired, so who's to say? I'm either going to be low energy or very weird.
I don't think it's going to be like the Crazy Eddie episode from like 3 or 4 episodes ago. We're trying to go through the whole
Yeti episode.
Crazy Eddie.
Oh God, yeah, Crazy Eddie. Yes, there we go.
The Yeti, Crazy Eddie, the Yeti. Yeah.
I like the new window border until it fades away to advertise football. Oh, did you get an ad?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Twitch, Twitch took away the ability for us to opt out of ads. So.
We're in a fight with Twitch, as always.
Twitch is specifically trying to get back at us. I think they're making it so you have to be a sub to a channel to not get ads on that channel, and it's annoying. Shivering Springs equals Crazy Yeti. Yeah, there we go. That explains the ads pre-show. Yeah, that used to be a thing that each streamer could opt into, and then a while back, Twitch made it like a mandatory thing. So
ads.
Yeah.
The future.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, so let's. Is there anything else we need to cover before we start looking at all the latest on Cities Untold?
Oh, well, there's the news, but
yeah. Well, let's do that.
Okay.
It's the news. News. It's the news. It's the news. What's in the news, Chris?
I just love the idea that like anytime that somebody's like first time watching the stream, just going to that.
All because like we went to the first time we went to it, I was like, man, this really should have a sound effect, something like this,
And so you just made them.
then it just never stopped.
Yeah.
100 episodes later.
All right. So news. Just a couple quick things. First thing, some stuff going on in the store. Holiday gift guide is now, well, it's been up for a bit, but now it's actually fully stocked. It was waiting on the November restock, which then hit a delay. But now everything there is in stock, except the At Hell's Door bundle might be out of stock soon because we started selling a lot of Lava Core pieces since we introduced that bundle, which is excellent. But we might need to replace that with a different bundle in the gift guide soon.
Good problems to have.
Yeah. So that's up. Basically, the whole thing with that's just, hey, if you've got family that are like, I don't know, I never know what to get you for Christmas. Hey, there's some example stuff right there. It's also, if you're trying to get a friend into it or something, like, everything there is a pretty good standalone thing. We've got some of the minis on there if people aren't really into terrain. We've got reliquaries, we've got bundles and other, like, good standalone scatter sets if they really just want to keep playing with a mat or something.
Send them a link to the Necromancer's Keep.
We sold out of those.
Oh, really?
We sold out of Necromancer's Keep a while ago.
Go us.
A bit ago. Well, not unpainted. We still have a lot of unpainted. But painted, yeah.
That's a lot of painting.
People started buying those.
Woo! Thank you.
Yeah. Let's see. So, and yeah, as I said, the November restock hit yesterday. It was a fairly quiet one because it was mostly just core sets. Nothing super, like, big that people have been asking for with it. It was just kind of restocking the core sets that we needed. We're currently still getting inventory on like the random sets that were put in that container, so we don't have that list yet. We might actually hold on to doing a reserve release until next year.
Yes.
So we're looking at.
There's a lot happening at the Forge, turns out.
A lot happening, and it's just kind of like with everything going on, it might be easier to just. And then plus we'll also have whatever comes in the next container for reserve release. So we're looking at pushing it back to January right now. But yeah, as far as that, we've put the next 2 restocks have been put on the website as well. If you go to the front page and hover over the restock tab, you'll see the January and February restocks are there. January is some Wildlands stuff that we're bringing back in.
Yes.
And then February, I believe, I can't remember what's in there, actually.
That's a long ways away.
It's a ways away.
It's a whole city away.
We've got more restocks planned for after that as well. We've been putting through a lot of orders recently, so that's not everything that's coming in. But those are the things that we have timeline on currently. And I think there's actually some sets missing from the Wildlands restock that need to be put in there. I need to follow up with him and just see if they just haven't been tagged correctly or something, because I think there's supposed to be some more stuff in there. But yeah, that's what's going on restock wise. Let's see. Then 2 other very quick things. We're gonna be at PAX Unplugged Friday through Sunday. I'm leaving.
You leave tomorrow.
Leaving tomorrow afternoon with Mace and Tyler. We're doing just a small crew this time because everybody else is here cranking out prototypes so that we can get this Kickstarter.
We're at ludicrous speed.
But we'll be there. We're going to be sharing Norse Foundry's booth. I think it's booth 2501, I believe. We're going to be sharing just a booth space with them, just like a small bit. So we'll have some reliquaries and his Altar's game room, and mostly we're there to talk to people and show
hang out,
people
see
stuff.
See the latest, greatest.
It's much lower key than Gen Con.
Hand out flyers. Well, we have no booth.
Yeah.
So that makes
we have no booth. We have no. It is booth 2501. All right. Thank you, Chuck.
Hey, Chuck.
Yeah. So, yeah. But we'll be there. Come say hi. Biggest thing is just getting some new people's eyes.
Yeah. Old people's eyes, all the eyes.
Then, hey, if you know that Cities landing page that we've got for Cities Untold Lowtown.
DwarvenForge.com/cities. I guess .com, not /com. Whatever.
I think it's just /cities, yeah.
Yeah. I said DwarvenForge/com.
/com?
I'm new to this internet.
/com sounds like an ability in Lancer.
I need to get a footing. I just realized.
All right, bye. Yeah, you may have noticed that the splash video that we had, there's like a banner with like Nate's face on it moving around. We've got like a little splash video. This is kind of like a nice teaser video. That was out of date because we made it before Gen Con when we thought the Kickstarter would be launching in like September. We have that stuff. So that video has been updated now. So that's fun. There's a
couple new shots.
There's some new shots in there, including I think some new pieces potentially.
Yeah.
So that's there if you wanted to watch that. That just literally got uploaded like a half hour ago, something like that. And yeah, I think that's really all the news we had. And then we can get into showing off some stuff and answering some questions.
Yahoo!
Yeah. Mask and stay safe. I'm pretty sure Unplugged is mandatory masking, so we should be all good.
Good about the masking.
Yeah. Are the Wildlands pieces and other sets full restocks? Yeah, everything listed under the restock tab currently is all full restocks. It'll be hundreds of everything.
Yes.
On that list.
Not every set that you'd like to see necessarily, particularly Wildlands. We did not do a wildly robust Wildlands restock, but we will at some point.
We have to do it in phases. We can only order so much. We can only fit so much in a container. So like this first Wildlands restock is focusing on the trees and forest and swamp stuff. Light putt covers that were like, so like whole knolls coming in, stuff like that. But yeah, we're planning on getting more Wildlands stuff in stock, but we have to do it in stages, basically.
We'll get there.
All right. You ready to show them what you
first,
put the other day? Oh, yeah.
Disclaimer.
Do you want me to ask Ray to make a
disclaimer?
Do you want me to ask Ray to make a disclaimer?
I think we need one, really, because he's got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Like everybody at the team, we had nothing going on. So everything you're about to see here is based on a true story. Story of dwarves frantically trying to make prototypes by hand in time for a launch in 6 weeks.
Story of a black bear.
Black bear that's eating a duffel bag full of cocaine. This is everything is handmade prototypes. So the fit is sometimes a little questionable, sometimes a lot questionable. Things are not necessarily square. Some of the holes in the wrong places. Like Miles has been painstakingly, adding pegs and slots and stuff by hand, and Arya's been 3D engineering slots, and Tyler's been sanding stuff late at night to try and get it to work. So like nothing is perfect, right? So this is part of the fun of Kickstarters. We show you, hey, kind of this is where we're headed, but we need your help to get the money to actually factory finish all this stuff and make it nice and clean. So there's going to be things are going to fall off, things are a little loose, things are poured a little off, so they're whatnot, and so yeah, there's a lot of, we're showing it to you warts and all, and that's kind of part of the fun of this channel, right? Is you just get to see it raw behind the scenes as it is, and it won't be not raw until like a year and a half from now. So plenty of time to wait. So I think that's a big disclaimer, right? Is that's it? Like this is all handmade prototypes. They're not quite, things aren't quite perfect yet.
Yeah. Speaking of which, your necklace is bumping against the lava a bit. If you're able to do something with that. Don't do that.
That was not the plan.
That would just make all right, let me just wrap the beads around the mic. All right, he's got it. Fun of the channel's looking at warts? Yeah.
Yeah. It's big on the internet. The
Dwarven warts.
Warten. All right, so let's look at this thing first, because this was Chris needed a shot for the splash video. So we raced to put this little thing together, and actually let's put this a little lower so you can see the bit. And the first thing
speaking of things not being perfect.
Yeah, well, maybe at first blush it's like it looks pretty close, right? Except then you get to the top and you're like, oh wait a second, there's like half this sculpt is missing. But Aaron painted it anyway to figure out some colors and whatnot.
It's still got the hole for the fog though.
So we're missing the whole topper, and it's got a chimney and the other half of the roof. But we're shot from a low angle. Maybe you don't notice. And also we're just trying to cobble together what we have, best we can with what we've got. So this is going to be a fun one, right? So this is our floor fogger, which we introduced in Wildlands. This was supposed to be for Hellscape, and we couldn't get it done in time. So it made it out in Wildlands. So it works from the volcano. It works in the Spreading Spore Claw and the Oblivion Nexus, and now it'll work in a attached roof. So hopefully next week we'll have a full one with the chimney and everything to show you. But until then, you can kind of imagine. But it's kind of fun. So the goal here was to hey, could we just drop a tiny little hag's hut in the swamp, And yeah, I think we can. It's a little janky because it's not over there, so it's really listing and kind of gives it character. It feels like it's sinking into the swamp. But the fun things we got going here are these pilings. You want to zoom in a little? Whoa, extreme. These pilings are this whole thing's fell apart. These are the pilings from Caverns Deep docks, the docks pack, which I think is in our store now, maybe, if it's not sold out.
Probably. We've been restocking it pretty consistently since Wildlands.
So our new flat peg system biscuit holes, the sides of the biscuits. Oh, I should do it with a parquet floor. Actually, we'll demo it here. So this is the one actually factory finished one. So this is what these holes are going to look like. They have the sides of them fit the pegs from the paired pegs, or in this case, the single pegs for the pilings. So you'll be able to put your pilings in any of the biscuit holes if you've got them. And I did this because we don't have. These are the new pilings. Are going to be something like this, but they are not painted yet. These are Hamster just primed these. They have not painted. So they'll go on something like. I can't see where it is. There we go. We'll go on something like that. I can't force those in. You have to imagine. All right, boom. But in the meantime, and they're reversible just the way the other ones are, so you can flip them. That puts you at 38, and this puts you at 25. So you can flip them around this way. So there's a testing of the old pilings with the stuff. We also have. I think we showed the bridge last week, right? I think, or 2 weeks ago, whenever we were last on. All right, so there it is. Oh yeah, because at home in the whole thing. So it's attached to Wildlands, the banana boat, Crescent Rock, attached over here to get you onto dry land. Kind of fun. And then over yonder, I don't think we've looked at this just yet. Boy, this hut really is sinking into the swamp. It's kind of funny. Oh yeah, we got the ivy going up the side. Kind of fun. We have our new the diagonal. I don't know if we've seen these. Yeah, these are the diagonal walls with the diagonal roofs on there. Kind of fun. But yeah, I don't know. Anything questions about this before we're going to go over and start playing with some stuff? But wanted to show the little diorama.
Will they fit two to a biscuit? I don't.
Yes, conceptually. You know what? Let's test it. We'll cut to the. Boom. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Here we go. Trying it. Science live on camera. Oh, is it? Oh, they're a little tight, but no. You know? Yeah. If you like them snuggled up.
Yeah, it's really just like if they have enough space.
Yeah.
Between them, but like they both fit in there. Yeah, so like the big thing here is one of the cool features about the pilings that come with the scaffolding system is, and you can use them with the pilings in the original docks too, is you can put them in the floors on your buildings and just use them to like suspend buildings.
Hold your buildings up.
Yeah. Hold
up a balcony. Whatnot. People I'm sure are gonna find really all sorts of fun, interesting ways to use them.
Yeah.
But yes, the big deal is you'll be able to put them on stuff, and you can do something fun like, let's say you had a seawall, right? You're doing a build with a seawall. You could build a building. Let me flip these around.
Huh. Finley says the trick is to use the pylons horizontally on the sides to make it into a raft.
Oh yeah.
Depends on how long they are. That'd be interesting.
So you can put your building off the side of the you build your building off the side of the seawall into the water, suspended out over the water, like such. I don't know if you can see it there. You know what I realized? You need a better front light on this, huh?
Usually you have like the rainbow there.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just hit the?
Ooh, what's this?
Hit the scoop.
We can make fog ambiance. That doesn't help at all, does it?
No, we can't see you at all. All right.
Yeah, try hit the scoop for a sec, see if that helps.
I don't know which one the scoop is. This will be exciting. We have a new board.
Well, it'll be one of the ones that's off, right? Yeah.
That's a good point.
Oh, no. Oh, that might do it. Yeah. Do that.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's the money.
Yeah. All right. So, piling's feeling very exciting.
Wow, 3 people immediately just like, well, there goes the fire alarm.
Yeah. No, luckily we've permanently affixed a paper bag or a trash bag and
Oh my God.
a rubber bin over it, so that we've disabled that fire alarm. Don't worry.
Yeah.
There,
So
we could set a blazing conflagration in here and it would not nothing would happen.
yeah, don't worry, we're going down with the ship. Well,
You gotta adjust this by a couple millimeters. Look at that. We're off by just a spickle. It's like,
well, it's a good thing we caught it now.
yeah, that's the fun of all this. So it's just a little high, but
Well, you're very red. Hang on a second. Okay, there. Now you're not red.
yeah, that should line up like that. Yeah.
Let's really reassure the neighbors. the like baby photo studio that's next door. I'm very worried about the streams and videos that we're gonna be doing over the next couple months because
And there's little babies.
the last couple days they've just been doing like baby photo shoots over there, so there's just been a lot of like screaming and it's been bad for sound. Okay, let's look at
Nobody likes babies screaming.
No.
Yeah, we'll be able to do. We're gonna be able to.
How do you go higher
fun
than
stuff.
38 millimeters?
Who asked that? It's a played
That's
plant.
Mick.
Paid plant.
We have thought of this.
We've
And
got
there is an
the
answer.
technology. This is great. You like set me up. All right, so let's see. Once again, I've somehow managed to build myself into an awkward working situation here. I got all these trees in the foreground. All right. So let's say we've got you got the ear at 38. We want to go up one more. We've got these little guys, these footers. So they have a they'll take a pole accessory pole on the bottom, and these have. Is this gonna work? This is the first time I've tried this. This could be a total disaster.
When it's correctly tooled,
Yeah,
this will
that.
fit.
No, Miles for the
There we go.
win, or
Nice.
Tyler, one of those. You can put feet on these things, and voila, you come on up higher. You can also, if you want to get wild, because we want to get wild. I may never get it out again, but you know, it's neither here nor there. Let's say
Could you?
I want to get some actual scaffolding. Please stand by. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna slide the hut. Oh, that's one way to do it. All right.
Wow, and it didn't break.
Yeah.
It's not even dwarvenite. It's all
Look at
prototypes.
that.
Oh my
It's all
god.
one big unit. All right. So we're gonna move that carefully over here.
Absolute mess.
We haven't even gotten over to the messy part. All right. Now we have a little space here. Okay.
He has a whole second table next to him full of pieces.
We was anticipating the need to get wild. Okay, so we're what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're starting with some scaffolding here. Let's say, I'm gonna build this one first.
Way too early in the episode for the table to be this messy.
I know we're like 10 minutes in and it's
Yeah.
we're already off to the races. Well, you know, this is
The prototype's made of plaster. It's a mixture of materials based on what the piece is.
It's well, a polystone resin and what are the multi 66D? I think it's the latest that we've been working with because it's got a little give, like similar to dwarvenite. So we can do, check this out. If you want to do a multi-story, scaffolding, whatever, you can pop these up on the next level. And if you want it for stability, you can then put a little, let's see if this is going to work. Why don't I do the one that I already put a hole in, or that I pushed?
The one that already worked.
Yeah, look at that, wow.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere.
So you can have like really complex like scaffolding sections and have people like
Bunk beds.
Yeah. Ochre bunk beds.
Very, very big bunk beds. And then we get wild and we're gonna, let's see, here's the next challenge. So hang on, oh wait.
The scaffolding system alone
It's only
is
one
like,
peg it's holding.
Yeah.
All right.
The scaffolding system alone is like extremely versatile. We probably could have done a miniature Kickstarter just on that.
Go to these unpainted bits. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna pose. I can't wait to break one of these on camera. It's gonna be great.
Michelle says, smooth on semi-ridged resin 6060.
See, one of the many reasons Michelle is awesome. She knows her technology. Okay, so I put a single up there, so I can cut a hole in it, and let's or put a space in there. Let's put this little. I'm using all these unpainted. Right, these are just primed black. Where are we going with this thing? I don't know what my plan
Construction
is.
zones in the city now too. Yeah, the scaffolding can be literally scaffolding. It can be docks. It can be like widows' walks, rooftop runs,
Balconies, boardwalks. Oh, that's not going to quite.
It can be if you throw these in, like a forest. They can be like tree village, like walkways, stuff like that.
You wanted to say Ewok Village, but you were worried Lucas was watching.
The mouse was gonna kick the door down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you're saying Ewoks?
Whatever they say.
I'm a Mario. That's
Let's
pretty much.
go.
Hang on, I don't know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
We have all these unpainted bits I'm very excited to play with. Well,
new to Dwarven Fortune, I thought it was weird the clacking sounds pieces making YouTube videos. Now I know why. Yeah, when we're doing a Kickstarter, like we're not using Dwarvenite in the videos because it's really expensive to make the Dwarvenite molds, which is why we run the Kickstarters. So we make much cheaper polystone prototypes in office to
we
show
wouldn't
you
be able to afford. We wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah.
Doing all these. Is this gonna work? Let's see. Wow.
So we use different materials in house to make prototypes. Night Gilded.
Hey, is Gilded Poisons here?
Yeah. Well, she's leaving now.
Bye. What? It's fun.
You could be scaffolding around ancient ruins that are being excavated. Yeah. You could have this be like, you could put it in like mountains or mine shafts.
Oh yeah, you can.
There's a ton of stuff you can do with it.
Everywhere.
Wood gets used everywhere.
Turns out.
One could make nice excavation sites along with the Aranthor Mountains. Yes.
Yes.
Dude, mix this with. We showed you like the freestanding wall Aranthor build to make like the mine. If you throw the scaffolding in there too, along with the freestanding walls, like you can do a lot.
Mining, excavation, ruins.
Yeah.
Goblin Village.
OSHA not approved scaffold. You can put railings on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the beauty. So,
we did make railings.
So Toby figured out this really clever. Which one goes on first? This goes on.
Yeah.
So clever I can't demo it. Let's see if it'll work. Wait, were these the ones that were too small? All right, so.
In theory.
Yeah, let me pull it. Do I have another one?
These prototypes might not be correct yet, but.
Well, yeah, I think we have a size issue thing. So the theory is, that's it. Yep. These the railings are going to fit in the pegs, in the little peg holes, and then the pilings fit in the center of the biscuit holes. So it should. Let's see if this works. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could have both of them if you want, or one or the other.
So you can do something like that. So they both work together on the same piece. So this is really neat if you want to do like over here. Let's see. Wait. All right. How did I already built myself into a hang on. Please let's
Well, you started with the whole build and
it was just urban planning, not strong suit.
Urban planning in the swamp.
Yeah.
Freestanding walls on top of scaffolding should work too to make buildings.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
Shanty madness.
Will any of the ivy hang on the scaffolding / railings?
Yes. We don't have the pegs in it, but yes. Let me
theory, yeah,
demonstrate.
The peg is the same size as the paired
yeah.
pegs, right? Yeah.
Yeah. We will have. Hold on, I got to cut down the forest here. De-swamping. Oh. Hold on. Yeah, I should have made like an agenda for tonight, but no, it's just all those successful episodes we've done with an agenda.
It's nice to see the hyper focus on wood.
Yes.
Well, you can do so much with wood. Wood is like the backbone of construction.
It was also what we had done. So
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. Like we're being able to, by just focusing on Lowtown, it's going to be so much better. There were a couple of key things that we weren't doing because we needed to save, 100 something sculpts for Hightown. So now, it's freedom.
Oh yeah, which I guess is the big thing. If you aren't aware yet, Cities Untold is no longer wood and ashlar. We're just doing wood right now so that we can make sure that we do the Lowtown area. We were going to do like Lowtown and Hightown on the same Kickstarter, and it was looking like in order to, one, it was too many things for our factory to do at once, and then two, we were having to like sacrifice really doing either environment fully in order to try and keep the piece count down.
The big problem is it was going to take us like 9 years to deliver. Like it was just
also that, yeah.
It was going to just be a problem.
It was way too much to mold at once.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I just dropped something. Oh well, nothing important. Okay. Oh, it was very important. It's the only rivet. Okay, so let's say you're designing. What's amazing? It's like I planned this, but I didn't. But it works out perfectly. Let's say you were designing a nice little townhouse for yourself. Oops.
You just leave it there. I'll go to you.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say we were designing a little, and it'll get a little loose. Like it'll get tighter. But let's check this out. They can lift the whole roof off, like one.
Yeah, because we actually have the pegs and the biscuits in now, right?
And I'm gonna actually pull this off so I can work on the level below. So let's say we were doing this sort of a situation. Let's say we were doing a thing where we had a balcony up here, but we wanted to support it with some railings. So. Did we determine we have to put the railings on first, which I already did? Okay, so let's try it. So we're going to put.
It's a nice little build. Yeah, and as you can see here too.
So we need the feet.
Us cutting it down, not worrying about Hightown stuff, is also letting us do more with fieldstone in this Kickstarter. So
well, we ended up basically cutting all the fieldstone stuff to make room for more ashlar. So, gosh darn it.
So it's nice to be able to bring that back and like actually really awesome. Do like a fieldstone expansion.
So nice. So this little guy will go here.
And also, yeah, wood and stone just mixes pretty well.
Bump, bump. Oh, and that's what I was doing. I knocked that off on purpose. Really, trust me. I wanted to put a little. Bum, bum, bum. Let's put a solo. Where did I put this guy? This guy. Toby and Eli really put a lot of time trying to figure out how to make this scaffolding do everything we needed to do. Ugh. And this is actually the first time we've played with all the pieces. It's very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
well,
so
the Ivy and other accessories be able to be added to the Stone and Tudor city sets.
The what pieces? Oh, wait,
Ivy and other accessories.
Yes.
Well, so not Tudor
Not
currently.
Tudor, but Stone.
Well, so what you can do is Tudor actually should work with the wood corner posts here. So if you use the wood corner post from the wood buildings and then put Tudor walls in, and you can use like the wood floors from here too as well with Tudor, then you'll be able to use like the new peg holes and stuff in that sense.
Yeah, let's do that in a sec. I'll show.
Yeah. We'll show you what that looks like soon. But we're not remaking the Tudor floors and corner posts in this Kickstarter. Thinking about doing.
Talk about Tudor in a
a
shake. Here, all right. So we got it's not quite touching the ground, but it will. But this lets you. Well, it's really hard to see because these are all black. Let me pull this.
Maybe
out.
turn it at a different angle. Just turn that battle board.
Let me pull these out.
Hang
on. Ugh. Make it brighter back there. So there's like, this lets you get up to your balcony on your second story, and then I'll put this guy on.
Orion, I think the pole feet you're seeing are the only pole feet we're making for the scaffolding.
Bum, bum, bum. Build something like that. It's kicking out funny. I don't know. Something. The height is off by a. This one is like a spickle too high. There we go.
Mark, yes, there will be pre-configured buildings like taverns and manors. Actually, what we've been... Was this you playing around with a concept for one, or is this just free building?
Just building something for stream quickly.
Okay.
But yeah, we're working on some hybrid builds and some...
Yeah, we're gonna have pre-configured pledges that you can choose if you would like, but they're gonna be made up entirely of add-on packs. So you can look at that pledge and you can get the pre-configured pledge, and there'll be like a discount baked into it. But it'll show you the recipe, so you can see like these are the sets that they used to make this. So if you want to make an adjustment to it, you can get like the sets that you like from that. But
take all, but swap out to...
Yeah.
All right. So, tutor question. Let's go grab a couple of tutor pieces.
Yeah.
We'll dive in there. That's a good question.
Side stairs make it look on par with super specialized 3D printed models. Yeah, our sculptors are very good.
They're the greatest in the world.
Like, and that stuff's unpainted too. Imagine once it's actually got the paint on it to like actually look real. Like, Eli is just extremely good at sculpting wood, and Toby like is an architect, so he was able to like design this all in a way that like looks natural. Like if you look at like his design documents for figuring out the scaffolding system, like it's nutty. Just like figuring out all the measurements for how we can make this like still look really good while also being incredibly flexible, being able to ask like a ton of different things. Try to make every piece do like 5 things.
So we have new facades and scaffolding and all this stuff, right? Like let's say you want to do this same gag but with tutor. What you can do, as well as that, is let's just pop in some tutor.
That honestly looks fine.
Let's pull the railings off so we can see what we... Yeah.
Yeah, the wood, the color matches pretty well.
Oops, this is upside down. Let's just put it here for this. We get a nice window. Yeah.
It's a little sticky just because we're using prototypes mixed with factory pieces, but...
Oh yeah, everything is...
Yeah.
It's an absolute mess.
If it was all factory finished, it would be a lot cleaner.
Oh, we can put our little balcony off there. You see that guy? Whoa, those guys don't. Biscuits good. I'll tell you what. Once I've had a taste of biscuits, I don't want to go back. Like the.
That's the most British sentence you've ever said. You can also turn the battle board instead of.
Yeah, you know that was why I actually put it on the battle board too. But you know. So then you can put the. Let's go. Let's see what happens. We put wood on top of tutor. We probably would want to put tutor on top of wood, but hey.
It's not terrible, yeah.
It's not nuts. And then we could also...
That'd be a great upper level for a tavern. Yeah. We really like this. We really like this concept of like making a ground floor made of stone as like a foundation, and then building other stuff on top of it.
Boy, that's neat.
Yeah. It's interesting having that overhang.
Yeah.
Overhanging.
The roof overhang.
Yeah.
What else do I want to do? Oh, so then you were saying like, so let's say... Right, if you're using the new wood floors, new wood corner posts, you could then affix. We could do the ivy. Right, so these are gonna have little.
Right, this whole thing is because somebody asked about ivy.
Yeah, this was supposed to be about ivy, right? But you could do this gag or whatever, put the ivy up over. On this, you could do that whole thing, the ivy up the side of your tutor building. Let's put this. And it would look delightful.
It would look great with jettying on the second floor. What if we were able to do? Do you have a way to?
To do what?
Trying to figure out if we have a way to do like subtle jettying. I know we can do like a 2-inch jetty.
You mean like cantilever it out?
Yeah, cantilever like tutor off over the side.
So yes. So what you would do? So imagine, if we put 2 by
Still no
4 floors on the back.
Still no plans for a double post wall. No.
No, because you can stick the walls together with a new peg. So you could do that to get off the overhang by an inch. And let's say we're making a piece that looks something like this mock-up. You could pop that under there and have like a corbel situation, something like that. That looks really neat. Traditional Tudor overhang. Oh, that's awesome.
Use a 4x4 with a 2x4 floor, and then you can have 1-inch overhang on both sides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So if this was if there's the back here, so if this was a, or you could even, you could go 2x4 all the way around, and then overhang 1 inch in each direction. Right now we're just overhanging 1 inch in the front and the back. And the back's a little hard to imagine because it's scaffolding and sort of thing.
Imagine there's a 2x4 there, and it could be
But
overhanging.
ideally, you want to be cantilevering stuff out all over the place because it looks really cool across the boards. But anyway, so yeah, you can use this. You can use the Tudor with the wood to great effect. And I think it's going to look really good on top also, right? I haven't tried this one. Let's do.
Nice.
Let's do this.
Then you can use the roof, that like the short curved roof to like, I can't remember the name for it, to cover that wood bit.
Short curved roof. This.
Yeah, there we go.
Do that sort of situation. But really, what I'd want to do is let's do this.
Do you have any larger floors specifically for that kind of upper level overhang so the back lines up too? No, we're not going larger than a 4x4. But you can we'll have 2x4s and 2x2s, right? Are we gonna have a 2x2?
2x4s, 2x2s.
Yeah.
Here we go. And 4x4s. With the logic being that you can. Like this and the 4x4. You can biscuit the stuff together and just leave it stuck together to make larger floors. The challenge with doing, like if we did like a 6x6 floor, it starts getting weird with the corner post holes, right? Because our walls, unless we then also did double or wall and a half length, whatever.
It'd have a big ripple effect on.
Yeah. So right, like you'd have to have like weird offset holes and I don't know. So whatnot. Yes, can you add a roof to cover the boardwalk to make a veranda? Yes. So let's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we can do all the things. This is fun.
We actually have enough pieces to demo.
I know. I'm really excited.
We've never been able to demo this stuff.
Let's put a light out there too. Make it nice. Put a door.
Oh yeah. Also, hey, you might notice the paint is somewhat different on this wood. Did we show that already?
I don't think we did. Yeah, we got some the beams.
Especially now that we're mostly just making wood and we're not making ashlar here. We've been going back and looking like, how do we add more?
Punching up.
Yeah, how do we punch up the wood a little bit to like give some more color variation? And we showed on the large wall. Okay, cool. I can never remember at this point anymore. We showed the dark beams.
So
all right.
that's sort of a situation. And then
can you rotate a 3-story building 100 degrees, keeping it all together?
100 degrees. So they basically someone wants to do this sort of a situation.
I think so. Yeah, having the roof overhang.
Yeah. We do something like that. I'm not actually going to take the whole thing out and build it apart, but yes, you can make a really nice little thing. Now, what you really want is.
Any double high mock-ups? Yes, we have the double high wall. We showed it a bit ago.
Yeah, stuff's coming in rapid fire. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Double high.
It's a Dwarven Forge Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Oh no, we should make that picture for social.
Yeah. Isn't that? What was I going to say? Oh, we're working on a thing for this. So if you, I'm not quite there yet, but you could. What are my inserts? I don't know what the floor inserts are. Let's say you had.
So many questions.
A couple of these. We're working on an alternate slim post.
Michelle gave away a bean.
Ooh.
Somebody asked if there's any biscuit covering ivy. She says, not at the moment, but there is a basket with vines.
Oh, but that's Hightown.
As a biscuit.
It's a long way off.
Oh, it's Hightown?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, no.
She gave a future bean.
Oh, no.
So we're going to have a little, an alternate corner post that's sleek so you can do something like that so you can hold up your veranda.
They need a bell tower roof for the combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell.
Ha! Ha! Oh my god.
Look, we're just trying to build moss. Very early bean.
What was the other question on this that I wanted to spark a thought?
There's been a number of things, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming fast. Oh, that's the other. Well, yeah, you can. I think we're going to add. Right now, these don't have biscuit holes. The diagonal hip and the hip don't have biscuit holes. But I think we're going to add the biscuit holes in the base because I really want, like, once I got a taste of biscuiting this stuff together, like, I don't want to just use pegs. I want to use biscuits everywhere. So we'll get there.
As far as stretch goals go, we're still keeping some secrets. We're showing you a ton of stuff. There's still some secrets we're keeping to be revealed as surprises during the Kickstarter.
Yeah. Not a lot though. Like
not a lot, but there's some very cool things.
Not like we used to in the.
Not nearly as much
in
as
the olden days.
Yeah. But there's still some very cool stuff.
Oh yeah. What are other questions on scaffolding, railings?
There's some questions. You mentioned that you were making like those landmark buildings before.
Yes.
As pre-configured pledges, and they were asking like what price you'd be expecting.
$550 for a painted landmark.
It's a thing where,
and I think the unpainted will be about $340, $325. I don't know. Tyler's frantically punching the numbers and trying to figure it out, but
it's possible there will be more variation on the unpainted.
No, they're all going to be the same.
We're going to make them all the same still?
Yeah. Everything's going to be the same.
All right.
But we don't know what that target is just yet.
Basically the way that we're targeting landmarks this time is because we're doing pledge levels and your stretch goals basically by the amount that you put in. The landmarks are buildings that we're all building towards the same price point basically, so that they all match that like kind of pledge level cutoff. So that when you pick that pledge level, you can either pick a landmark or do a la carte with the same dollar amount, basically.
So if you pick the single landmark pledge is $550, gets you one landmark. The landmarks are generally you get like a little bit of a bundle discount, so it'll be like $565 worth of sets for $550 in your pledge, or you can just pick a la carte any sets you want that add up to $550, or you can go over and just pledge more. But then the two landmark pledge, the double landmark, instead of being $1,100 will be like $1,050 or something. So you'll save $50 in there, but also each of those bundles has like a little bit of a discount. So if you get the double landmark, you're getting two landmarks, so you're saving like, I don't know, $80 or something on that. But then of course you can also a la carte. So you can do one landmark and then the rest a la carte, whatever's left, 500 $1,000 a la carte or whatever. However you want to mix and match it.
Will you be able to build both at the same time or versus one or the other? So when we're talking about like
each
landmark, double landmark, it means you would literally get like
two.
Yeah, the pledge to make this whole landmark and then a second pledge that would make this whole landmark. Yeah. We should stop calling them pledges though.
You could get the lookout tower or the harbor master's hut. You get both of those.
Yeah.
So they're bundles. They're landmark bundles that you can get with the landmark pledge.
By landmark, you mean building type? Yeah, we're trying to say landmark instead of... We were using hero building for a while, and we were like, well, some of these might be less, like... If they're more exterior focused than interior focused.
So a landmark is a bundle, a $550 painted bundle of sets that creates a specific building or collection of buildings, a site, a landmark, as it were.
Basically like an iconic locale.
Such as the Speakeasy Tavern that you would go to, or the farmstead, or the shop, or the Wizard's Townhouse, or whatever. Like, you know, a bunch of specific buildings that are each different good little toolbox, but you know exactly what you're getting. And those are all made of component sets, which then we'll tell you what the recipe for the thing is. So you can go and pick those a la carte if you'd prefer. You can kind of see, oh, they use this, and this to create that, but I don't like those two sets. I want to swap those for something else or whatever.
They're kind of like sample pledges mixed with encounters.
Yep. But all made from the same, from a collection of component sets. So we'll give you the recipe, right? You see the 8 sets that are in there, and you can say, oh, that's why you would get that set. Or, oh, I see what the steeple set does. I get it. Well, I mean, that one's obvious because it makes steeple, but.
Will these landmark sets be web store worthy or KS only? That's the fun thing. If we want to keep them around, we can just make them bundles in the store using those component sets.
Yeah.
So.
And then just reorder the component sets. It's going to be, hopefully it's going to revolutionize the internet.
Yes.
Well, at least our web store.
Everybody's going to change, yeah. Are the railing heights exactly half the wall heights? For example, can we craftily stack 2 railings to be wall height?
Yes, but not well. But yes. Well, I don't know how you would, oh man, I can't get you in. I don't know how you would stack the second one, but yes, they are 1 inch. And the walls are 2 inches. All right, I'm going to try and use brute force and see what happens. What's the worst thing that could possibly go wrong?
More store bundles would be good. Yeah, one of the things we've been the bundles work. The bundles have been doing pretty well. With the gift guide, we've been noticing like bundles are moving pretty well, which is nice.
I don't know. Oh,
put the railing upside down in the holes and put the floor on top.
Well, but then you'd be off by. Oh yeah. Wait, no, it does hang down by an inch. Yes, that's 100% right. Whoever said that is correct.
They know.
That's me figured it out.
Swiss Army Mage.
Of course.
Long time doofer.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are. Oh, that was the other neato thing you can do with these, right? So this.
Finley's saying we did that in another stream apparently.
Yeah.
Just completely forgot.
So conceptually, now we're off by 1 floor height. How is this working?
Looks a little.
That gives you 2 inches, but I'm off by a floor height here. And I don't know why, but yeah, what you can do is you can use these to build like a, some sort of platform for the bard to perform or something, and then use the 1 inch elevation, right, the 1 inch stilts and stuff.
We're trying to use repeated measurements in a lot of places because that leads to synergy that we might not have even thought of when we were designing the piece.
All the time.
Yes.
And you go, oh yeah, totally, just like we planned it.
Yeah. It's a different look. Yeah. You can make like an enclosed walkway with that stuff if you want. What else we got?
See how well that holds? Yeah. Gobs of white stick.
Have I missed anything?
All right.
So we can get the cake and or the ingredients. Yes.
Yes.
That is the plan. That's the approach we're trying to take with this Kickstarter, is to make everything based off of the add-on packs.
They're not even add-ons anymore.
They're not even add-ons. They're just packs.
sets.
They're just sets. Yeah. I guess, we can do away with the add-on terminology. Because they were called add-ons because it was like, oh, you get this pledge and you add on this.
It's everything.
And then you wind up
sets
with...
are the world.
Then you wind up with a Cities and Castles collection that makes no sense.
Yeah. Boom. Oh, and we can put this thing... Wait, where are the stairs? And these... I won't fit because those are in there.
Will these floor tiles have the holes in the bottom for the pillars?
No.
So they're going to have magnets there instead.
They will not.
Yeah.
They're going to have... Yeah, they'll have anchor magnets.
So I guess that's one thing. Yeah, those pillars... That stage with a trapdoor in the middle would make a great gallows. Oh, yeah, you could use the trapdoor insert for it, too.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in the middle, but it would be... You'd have a trapdoor up there.
Or you just knock this out and put the poor prisoner over there. You could do a thing with a... could put a gallows in the city builder peg.
Need fencing? Interior walls can kind of do fencing.
How many times have people used gallows in their game, though? Let me ask you that.
They would use them if they had them. Here's the thing. I mean, that's one of those like scenarios that like instantly raises the stakes. If you're playing in a game where like that scenario like makes sense and like your party's like cool with it, like that's an instant stake raiser. Like,
also, but can't you just heal the person?
That is a little weird. Yes.
Yeah.
To think about. Final Fantasy VII, when
Why are we
Aerith
off
dies,
by...
they can't do anything about it. Some people are saying they never use it. Some people say every campaign.
Really?
It depends on the kind of game people run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wood works for random Western games, and Gallows are always in there. That's true.
Yes.
I guess, yeah, this wood like works pretty well outside of fantasy.
Yeah, you can totally right through the boardwalk outside of the shops. Go into the
we could absolutely just
saloon.
do Western builds, yeah.
Yeah.
Set dressing for a Deadwood campaign.
Bum, bum. It's cool. All right, should we look at the double high? I think we are there any other scaffolding questions?
Last chance for scaffolding, or before we throw it away forever.
Don't tempt me.
Dwarvenite tumbleweed. I have a little. I have the WizKids like horse and the hitching post that we can put in there.
Attach it to.
Yeah. Let's see.
Right.
Yeah, I guess we need to make some desert terrain now. Yeah.
Oh, sand.
Let's go
I
with
hate sand.
You need a facade that goes upwards and is a billboard-style sign with stickers for saloon or store, or people can paint their own.
Saloon.
Or we can let companies, we can let a company pay us to put an ad for them on that billboard that we ship out to every customer.
What makes a? Can you imagine? The McDonald's.
We sell ad space on our terrain.
What makes a saloon different from a tavern? It just has a piano
They
player.
got the big swingy doors.
Yeah. Like, what are the what? How did it turn into a saloon? And is a saloon just a less classy salon? Like, what is the
Never
what?
got your haircut at that.
I think like an artist salon.
It's spelled differently. That's one thing.
Okay, it's 2 O's. But no, like, what makes a saloon? Like, what makes it a saloon?
Can dancers.
Can
Saloons didn't provide lodgings.
Ah, so it's just
a saloon is a bar.
But a tavern doesn't provide lodgings either.
Apparently, it can.
Does it? I thought an inn provided.
A saloon
lodging,
is a bar. Taverns give lodging. Yeah.
Huh. All right. Who knew? So saloon is just a bar.
3 different people have come in and saying that like it's the lodging thing.
Huh.
Apparently, Chuck also Googled it, and that's the tavern has lodging, not many, but some. So there you go.
Well, I learned something new today.
Spittoon buckets.
Yeah.
Saloon spittoon.
My parents have a really nice old spittoon. Speaking of, it's a little turtle, cast iron turtle. You step on its head, the shell opens. It's been there.
I'm going to every bar with tavern in its name and demand a place to stay. They're like, we don't have any room, but he's got us like etymologically. We've got I guess you can sleep in the kitchen. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what most tavern keeps would say.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take your money if you want to give me money to like sleep on the floor, like you can.
Not at all. All right, let's look at this double high stuff. Let's see what I don't think I brought enough in here. Hold on, let me get a couple more.
People are just excited to have it, you know?
Yeah. Excited to have the stuff. Me
too.
too.
He's out of here. You know what? Hey, what's the giveaway word?
Saloon?
Saloon? All right, 1 second. Hey, if you want a chance to win a $50 Dwarven Forge gift card, go ahead and type Saloon in the chat. SALOON. This is an international giveaway. Does not matter where you live. You can win $50 to the Dwarven Forge web store just in time for the holidays. Look at that. And there goes all the names. There goes everybody typing in Saloon. Whatever was in the chat before this is gone. It is wiped away forever. Hope there weren't any questions that desperately needed to be answered.
Desperate!
Because they have been lost forever. What are we drinking? That's a good question.
Cider.
Cider, as always. It's just our thing. I'm a child. Let's see.
All right.
If I'm Irish, do I just type pub?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, you might not enter the giveaway, but yeah, I think it's a good plan.
Dude, Miles is going to lose his mind if I tell him that on stream people pointed out that we can make Western builds with the wood.
Yes.
Miles is a cowboy, along with a wizard.
A wizard.
And a
cow wizard boy.
He just likes anything.
He's also an artificer.
Themed. He's an artificer. He's also like a detective.
The classic detective cowboy.
It's hard to find those Angry Orchard rosés near me. They're so good. Yeah, they're pretty solid.
I do enjoy.
Cowboys can be nerds. It's true. Dude, Butch Cassidy?
Is he a nerd?
Butch Cassidy, huge nerd. Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
All right. Earp. Brony. Yeah.
I mean, aren't they all?
It's true. All of them?
Yeah.
That's why they became outlaws. They just want to ride horses. They're just like super into horses.
Like super into horses.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. they couldn't. Society just wouldn't allow,
Oh no.
It is.
Red Dead Dwarvenite. Yeah.
All right, so we got ourselves some double high bits here. It's gonna be really exciting. We have double high bits not only in wood, but we will have them in fieldstone as well. Ooh, fun for castle shenanigans. We don't physically have them cast in here yet, but let me tell you, they exist, or will. All right. So
Miles apparently is an entire box of Lego people. He just really loves themed things.
A entire box of Lego people?
We were just describing he's a wizard. He's a
he also has
an officer. He just detective. He just loves like themed things. Yeah.
He loves. He's full
he loves
of much love. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's delightful. So double high walls are, as the name would imply, actually they're slightly taller than
they're
double high.
Super high.
They're like a bear that ate an entire duffel bag full of cocaine. So they are the height of 2 walls plus a floor. So that makes them exactly. Do I have one that's everything's all biscuited together? Oh boy. I wish I should have biscuited these floors too. So that makes them the same height as How have I already run out of room again? All right.
You didn't really do much to clear the way.
No, I really done.
Can you grab one of the castle walls to compare heights? Are castle walls the same height as this, or
yeah?
There are 2 walls on the floor.
Or I could just haphazardly stack some stuff here. Is it even on camera? Yeah, it's very haphazard. But anyway, it's the same height. Look at how straight and clean that is. They're the same height as if you do 2 stories of a regular building with floor, wall. This will get you at the same height. We'll have double high corner posts, and these will have the little tiny accessory hole on the sides as well. Also, these will look really nice with Tudor. They got the rosettes on the side. Currently, we only have 2 walls in the lineup. We haven't done double high before. We wanted to before we went whole hog, we wanted to mess around with them. So we have a solid, but you know what's neat about the solid? It has metal in it, so it'll be magnetic. So you can put your big dragon head up there, or your tapestry, or whatever. It's gonna be a fantastic place to put stuff. And the back side is plain. So if you want a plain thing, it's gonna be great for your big old great hall or whatever. And then we have the big double door wall, which will take it'll take the double doors from our Dungeon of Doom, Caverns Deep, Hellscape. We didn't do any in Wildlands, did we? But anyway, so take your full double door collection, as well as we got some brand new ones. Look at Michelle made some cool barn doors. Where is the back? I thought I brought.
I would have loved we made double doors in Wildlands with nowhere for them to go.
Yeah, just a random pair of doors. Look at here's the back side of the doors. They've got like a cool big latch and whatnot. So we'll have two new big old double high walls, door wall, and magnetic wall. And You know, the thing that's going to be interesting about these is they're a little tricky to. I think it's going to be hard. Like gaming with these is going to be tricky, right? It's going to be great to make a cool great hall or a big warehouse or a big church, wherever. But you have to make a pretty big build because they're so high. Like to actually get in there and move minis around and see it and whatever. It's going to be a thing. So I'm kind of curious. Like, I'm curious how it works out in the wild once people get them, because like this, an 8x8 with these is a little tricky. Like
Is the purpose of the double high walls just to create vertical height faster?
Yes, yeah. And big grand rooms, right? And you can do some fun. I don't have the piece we need for them, but you can do really neat mezzanine things where you combine regular height walls with like an interior balcony and these, so then you can continuously have everything sort of go around, and then you have an interior balcony at the second story inside the thing. But mostly just to make a big grand scene, right? You want it to feel tall and immense, / those cool warehouses and whatever, if you want to make the thing look impressive from the outside and whatnot. And if you want to just go up fast, double high. Yeah, I'm curious, like, once again, we didn't do a bazillion of them because I'm curious how much people are actually going to end up using them. Like if it is, as you know, if it becomes a staple, or it's just sort of this gag that you use once because you want a really cool high room, but you realize that it's better. You know what they're really good for? They're good for filming inside, like, because the walls are never high enough if you want to fill the whole thing. They're great for filming a scene, but
I was going to say too, really, really good for wargaming and other exterior focused builds.
Yes,
creating variation in line of sight and stuff like that.
And blocking a lot of line of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what's going to will be interesting is if you use I'm gonna sneeze.
People are wondering if you can Dinah's wondering if you can swap that front solid to the plain side.
Sure.
I do like that you churned away to sneeze, but like you're wearing
still have a lav.
Yeah.
You know.
If you want to, everybody's dying.
So if
it's just like that killed people. Like that was bad.
I warned you I was gonna sneeze. You could have cut my mic.
I don't listen to you.
No, fair.
You just gotta cover
if you want, you can. If you want, you can attach the facades up at the high. So the double high posts sometimes have the tendency to splay a little bit. So if you want, you can tie them together by using the facades, and that'll hold the thing together super nicely, hopefully. Once again, all in theory. We don't have fully functional pieces yet, but that's the idea. Yeah, it's sort of a thing. And they put this up here. Well, these kind of want a big black roof.
How would the MWAD fit in those double high posts? It wouldn't, because it doesn't have the cutouts for corner posts. It's a castle wall, so it's got the flat sides.
Yeah, but you could put any of our new ones in it. You could put wood. Man, this white stick has seen better days. If that'll work.
MWAD is the modular wall of doom. It's a castle piece.
It's a big castle insert wall that takes city builder walls.
Yes.
It's kind of neat. Let's see that thing. All right, what else on double high that we can talk through?
Man, well, let's roll the giveaway, actually.
Oh, we still didn't do that? Saloon, no. Last chance saloon.
Last chance, gonna roll it in like 20 seconds. If you have not typed saloon yet, which I mean 93 people have entered, so probably Most of you have done
Saloon.
it. Double height flagstone would need gargoyles, just saying. We're doing a double high fieldstone wall, yeah?
Yep.
I'm really happy that we're adding that. Oh yeah, look at that arch.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll this giveaway.
Yeah, back walls.
Orion Noir wins.
Hey, first time viewer. Really?
He just said, come on, Daddy needs some gift cards. And then he won.
Yeah, it's very
excellent.
Hanukkah. It's coming early. We good.
All right. Let's see.
Congrats, Orion.
I think I already have your email. All right. Just going to whisper you real quick. Awesome. Yeah, just when you get a chance, whisper me back with the email you want me to send the gift card to, and we're good.
We are good.
Last chance Spittoon won it for you. Mankage, thanks for the raid. How'd you fit an overhang interior balcony with those walls?
Ooh, and I'm thinking...
Overhang interior balcony.
You can also do something fun with the bridge in here.
Yeah. Would you need more space inside, or?
I don't know exactly how or why you would do it, but it's a really neat, right? Like you want to having a big, I don't know, a raised thing above in the rafters of your barn or whatever. It would be neat. We don't have the. We need a piece that we haven't made yet for the to do the mezzanine gag, but it's going to be it's a neat gag. We will demonstrate it.
For it.
Yeah. So just a little tiny piece. Let's go look at the roofs if there are no.
Yeah, we got a ton of roofs working now.
Yeah. Yeah, Miles and Tyler have been cranking, getting roofs. Ugh.
Are there lower peg holes in those double high for an upside down facade?
No, there aren't, but that would be neat. The problem is I believe the problem is we run into there's a peg in the bottom that we would run into, I think.
Right. There's the integrated peg for going into the floors.
Yeah, we'd hit that peg going in here, so I don't know how we would do that, because that would be neat. Oh, that's the other, yeah, I didn't show this use case, right? That's the other use case, is you could do that with these. So you just have like the big open arch, right, big open arch rafters sort of situation to get in there, and that's totally like your barn fight. Classic place for a fight, a barn. Although honestly, a barn is a death trap. Like, at least the barns I grew up around, it was just like it's full of
a lot of people
broken glass and nails and just low rafters and weird bits.
Okay, so you mean like you'll get tetanus, not?
Yeah, slow death. Like not like instant death, but like a kid would go in there and never come back, kind of thing. I didn't
That's nice. Like you can get around the whole too tall walls are in the way issue by just using that to suggest where the super tall walls are.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can always just take out with any builds like this. You can always also just take out the walls that are like facing you and have it take out the fourth wall basically.
The wall between you and the audience.
Wall between you and the audience.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Steve, Chris, I like it. I'm in. I'm gonna get a sledgehammer to that fourth wall. We also, I didn't show this thing in the scaffold. We got this ladder, rickety old ladder that can actually mini bases can fit in there theoretically, and it has a little peg. It's in the wrong spot. It needs to move down and wrong, but the idea is it'll hang off.
No, we're not going to be making sloped walls to make ships holes.
Not yet. Just one day.
People are pointing out that this stuff is very close to doubling as modular ships.
Yeah, we're just warming up, right? That's the big. This
is all just practice for.
Yeah, we got to just perfect our shipyard skills. So this will have a thing, so it can peg down and go down to the water, or you can put it on the Oh, why didn't I peg you together? Oh, because you don't have... Right, you could peg it onto the side of your... I don't know why you'd have it going to a window. Let's put it to a door. Right, you could peg it on there. It'll be something like... It would sit something like that. So you can get up to your doorway or whatever. It's going to be all sorts of fun. It's going to open up lots of fun options. A ramshackle ladder. Right, roofs. So since last we left our intrepid adventurers, where did
People are asking for a centered wooden window wall.
Oh, so you know, we currently don't have a centered wall plan. We just have the offset because you can swap it.
Oh, somebody also asked earlier about these inserts. Yeah, they're going to be inserts just like the stained glass windows were. The stained glass is pushed back till Hightown because it was made for those.
Window panes.
Yeah, but we are going to.
Translucent.
Yeah, but we're still going to have these inserts for Lowtown.
Yeah, you light through them. They're going to be awesome. Bunch of different fun inserts. Roofs. So
yeah, the centered window wall thing is because you can swap the side that the offset wall's on to get more variety.
The thing we would do more likely, we've never actually done it. A centered door wall would be really nice. Because I often want to put the door in the middle, and it can't. What was I going to show? Oh, that's what I was going to show, the roofs. Check this out.
You realize recently that you don't have an off-center Tudor window wall? They're hard to get.
Yeah. They
weren't put in a lot of pledges.
So, in the olden days, back when the forge was in black and white, the ends of our roofs looked like that. Boring. But now, we have in full color. Look at that color.
Well, it's so much more exciting.
It's really...
Wow.
It's vibrant, right? We have...
It changes everything.
We have these rake soffits here that you can add to your walls. So your whatever these things are, roofs. So the idea is we have there are these little tiny guys like this. They will have actually these ones are they are drilled out. So maybe I can do it with a peg. Let's see if it'll work. I was doing a white stick, but I think it's too old. So these will have holes all the way through. So you can use them. They're ambidextrous. They have two hands, and they could use both of them. Oh man, conceptually they are. Yep. Miles, you're a wizard, and a cowboy and a Lego collector.
It's not. All right.
So these, is this gonna work? Yes. These will go in. They'll slot in with these pegs seamlessly, easily. I may never get this out again. Oh boy.
Prototypes.
Yep. That's gonna live on there for eternity.
Oh yeah, that's polystone, baby.
Yep, never coming back. All right, so let's put two biscuits.
All of the.
I should have just left it with a white stick, but
all the 3-minute sections in the Driftstone Wildlands hands-on video where it was like 3 minutes of you trying to get one of the poles out
of the polystone, to jam it in there, and there was no give, and it would just like
grabbing pliers and trying to.
And it was making that like.
And like dust is like shooting off.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So anyway, so these are the rake soffits. So basically, one piece can work on either side, and you can use it to finish your roofs and give it a nice overhang there. So if you have, let's say we were doing a roof run. I have all these. Oh, look at this! I have this one. This is an older end, but same idea. Burp. Pop you off. Biscuit. All right, so if we were doing a run like this, I don't have straights. Boy, white stick everywhere. All right. Pretend these are stuck together with biscuits and it's glorious. If you're doing a run like that, boom, 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 you get your soffits at the end, so you have a nice looking termination to your roofs. Look at that. Ooh. And they're gonna also, if you're running a double long, like I say this was a 4-inch wide, if you wanted to go down another layer, they can run continuously. Let me see if I can demo it. Do I have a...
How wide are the soffits? We could pin a few side by side to make a secret door on a roof. It could flip upwards and let people in.
I don't remember their dimension. They look like they're awkwardly like 3/8 of an inch.
Elven Eves. Is there a too wide window wall? I don't think. No, we don't have.
Oh, like a window that's just like a big, glorious.
Oh,
window.
like the whole wall is a window.
You could do this sort of situation. With a line up like that.
Roofs,
keep
baby.
Going. Yeah. And then you could. Do we have? Let's get the. You want to get Live Dangerously?
Yeah.
All right. Is Toby watching?
No, the 2-inch wide wall, but with a window. Isn't the regular walls 2 inches wide? Wait.
The regular walls are 4 inches.
Can we drill holes in our current roofs to use these overhangs? I think it'd be risky. Drilling into the Dwarvenite is a little difficult.
It's fun. What do you mean?
It means a narrow window wall. Oh, regular or 4 inches. I'm dumb. Is there a narrow window wall is what he means?
There is. It's right in here, actually.
He's saying too wide, so I kept thinking it would be wider than normal, but he meant, yeah, there we go.
In the diagonal. We didn't really show off. We sort of glazed over the fact that we had these diagonals. So that's a window wall, and there's a, this one has a door wall. Oh, mama.
Yeah. And the diagonal comes with those corners. Like, those aren't corner posts. Those are part of the sculpt, yeah.
It's all baked in, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know what's neat about this guy? Well, let's go back. We'll go to the diagonal in a sec. We'll go to do a diagonal showcase. What was I showing? Okay, so check this out. So this is, I'm going to handle it gently. So Michelle, it's going to be hard to see because there's bright light, but Michelle sculpted this really neat series of, I don't know, decorative beams, after just whatever I call them here. And then Toby did the upper bits, the clay bits on here. So it's a cool team effort. So this is the, it doesn't even have a name, like the Super Soffit. I need a nice roof. It's the 4-inch peak, I think it's called. Oof. All right, so these are the old roofs, this is unfinished. So you can see like these were the test sculpts, and then this was the finished. So we figured out where we're going. But anyway, so ignore the exposed sides there. But you'll be able to, you can attach this guy there for like the super soffit, and then do that same gag that we did previously. You'll be able to put this thing, will run right to it. Like, I don't know if you can see it. That'll really, really give yet another option for character. Let's try and white stick this master sculpt right on the side of the building. What do we think? Is that a good plan?
Yeah. Yeah, we're developing biscuit hole fillers if you don't want those holes on multiple floors when you're building up.
We have a bunch of options that are fun.
Wait, I'm sorry, I didn't listen. Are you doing something stupid? What's going on?
Yeah, nothing. No, just keep answering questions.
No, what did you ask?
We're totally
Hang
cool.
on,
We're totally
listening.
cool. Yeah.
Topulus said, "Oh no, are you breaking the piece?"
No.
That's
just
like
keep,
a master, isn't it?
Keep going. Shh. What other questions? We
What are
had
you
some
doing?
good questions, right? We had some really important questions we had to answer.
He's messing up a master?
We have to interact with us. We're supposed to interact with us. I'm nothing.
I'm interacting right now.
We're just putting a little white stick here.
You're putting white stick on the. Has that been scanned?
It's on the resin. It's resin. So the white stuff is resin. So So I'm putting white stick on the resin. So
has that been scanned yet?
Fine. It's totally fine.
Has that been scanned yet?
Maybe not. It's, here we go. Look at that. So now you get there's nothing to see here. Oh boy, this whole building's falling apart. That would be a shame. It would be really funny if the building fell over and the white stick stayed on, but it broke because the building fell over. So you can do like a cool big soffit extravaganza and feed that into your. Gosh darn! Why don't you? Yeah, it's totally safe. Tyler's not watching, right? So you can just. I don't know why that angle doesn't line up, but it will in the real thing. Soffits. So soffits are our new friends. Someone was asking if they could attach them to the old roofs, and not so. I don't think so easily. Also, the shingles probably wouldn't line up.
Toby will kill Nate if that falls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, they've seen it, so we can probably take it down now.
Look at this. Oh, and it's going to have a little pole accessory hole in there so you can decorate it. Oh, I can't get it off. It's too stuck. Oh. Also, it'd be amazing if it just went flying across the room when I tried to pull it off. Look at that little detail on the top. Yeah. Michelle's part is cast in resin. She was smart. It's a little less
detail than used to have for some reason.
Yeah. She knew to idiot-proof it. Yeah. Okay, we're just going to put this right here.
My God.
All right. Grooves.
So,
all right, let's go to
chaos.
let's go into Diagonalton. That's where the diagonals live.
Diagon Alley. Diagonal. Wow, it's literally just diagonally.
It's good. I approve. All right, so our let's look at the diagonal. Where'd that? Oh, this one to go. Okay, so the diagonal walls that we kind of glazed over. So they have. There's a lot of fun stuff. Oh, this biscuit's not coming out. They're baked in walls on the sides, baked in everything, all sorts of baked. So they take the narrow. So we've got solid. Where is? So we got window walls. We got solid walls. We got door walls. We don't have NAR walls. And then we can. You get at least 3 solid options from these. 2 fun things about them. Well, lots of fun things about them. But one, they have this biscuit hole here, so that if you are, let's say you did a thing like, this, and you wanted to put. Can I do this with one hand?
Does that diagonal wall fit between?
Oh, you can do this.
Post on a 4-inch.
Darn it.
Does that diagonal wall fit between 2 posts on a 4-inch wall?
So you can put you can run the bridge to it. So you can do some sort of really neat, like diagonal bridge going off.
There's a person in there.
Oh yeah, the hag is hiding out in there.
This. It looks like a Spelljammer ship.
It does. Is it flush to a 4-inch? I'm not sure.
The width of the front face, he means.
Oh, so yes. So the front face is 2 inches, the diagonals, so that you can put a floor or, let's see, this. I haven't done this yet. I'm very excited to see if it'll work. You can put your, oh, come on, biscuits. Oh yeah, it worked. All right. So you can get, you can put anything up, nice 2-inch up against it. So in this case, you could put like the railings on there and have, will you stick? Come on. Boom, boom, boom. So you could have like a cool walkway going right into your building. I should have done it on the one that was attached to a building, huh? Oh, we'll go to the other side.
Yeah.
You could also put a floor to it. Also, we don't have the large, let me go grab the foam.
Okay.
Oh, these railings are killing me. They're they only have a single peg in them, so they don't actually stay in yet. So they're just like flopping all over the place.
Front face plus the wings is seen for the. Oh,
The what?
Because he's asking because he's trying to figure out how to get centered window walls.
Oh.
And so if you can use.
You can't. Not yet. There's no.
All right.
There's no method yet to centering notice, but you can do this. Of course, I'm off camera. Son of a gun. So you can do like a kind of cool exterior skywalk thing between two buildings at a diagonal, something like that. Kind of neat. Also, let me go get this thing.
It got real hot in here. It is warm.
All right.
So again, if we had posts that filled that same space, you could use the diagonal wall inserts.
So our the large diagonal is shaped something like this, actually exactly like this. And then it's the inverse, or the, I don't know, they're the, it fits in the, whatever, this one fits in, the little one fits in the big one.
Inverse is right.
It's not, is it? But it's, I don't know, it's got the negative space here is the same footprint as the small diagonal. So you can do that.
Yeah.
Also, it's the same footprint as, do I have another diagonal? As the diagonal. Oh, it's contagious.
Yeah, but I don't have a lav.
Well, that was a smart plan.
What if I sneeze straight into the AT-20?
So the scaffolding also fits in there. So you could biscuit the scaffolding to this, and then continue like your wraparound balcony or whatever. Do some sort of situation like.
Apparently, the word you're looking for is complementary.
Complementary.
Yeah, like
they're inverse.
Like the
they're
hotel
inverted.
breakfast.
They're opposite. Opposite shapes.
If you back that into a street square, is a filler piece created?
Yes. Yeah, you can drop this in and then have your street run out there and it's nice and clean. By intention, by design. And then also, you can use this as a poor man's roof over your diagonal if you are so inclined.
I like the idea that a poor man's roof is a floor.
Yeah. Well, you know, one man's floor is another man's roof, they say. They said that once, pretty sure.
Somebody has now.
Yeah, somebody has. It's Chris Pratt.
Doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything.
And then also, of course, it doesn't mean anything. He's dead to you. The diagonal roof also fits in that. Something like that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So also the fun.
Like on a ship where the roof is also the floor.
like a Spelljammer ship.
Yeah.
If only we could do that, but we're not.
These all look like bulkheads to me.
You can also do this fun thing between. Right. Run that thing out there and sort of break up corners around your buildings in a really neat way. Or that's even better right there. If you had a door like that, I should just actually build the thing. But, yeah.
I haven't watched Twitch in a year. The modular boats are still a thing. They're never gonna end, man. People dropped the unicorn eventually, but
no, modular ships are alive and well. That they have not set sail yet. All right. What else do we need to look at? We have an absolute wall of
what questions do you guys have? I think it's the ultimate question. This is
a question.
This is about deep diving on the Kickstarter. What Kickstarter questions do you have? When do we get the modular unicorn?
It's on
we haven't
the
dropped the unicorn.
Spelljammer.
It just feels like a more Hightown thing.
Yeah.
Any plans for magnetic ivy for the roof?
No, but I was thinking about it the other day, but I don't think it's going to happen right now. Maybe for Hightown, because it would be really nice to run it up the side of your building, and then up your roof,
what are some landmarks we might see?
The Harbor Master's Hut, the Humble Homesteads, the Speakeasy Murder Bar.
We're going to call it Speakeasy Murder Bar?
I don't know.
That'd be pretty good.
Wait, the Wizard's Townhouse.
The Wizard's Outhouse.
No garderobes. The Roadside Inn. What else were we building out? I can't remember. Maybe the Thieves Guild. I haven't tried that one yet. The districts are where things get really spicy.
Right. We haven't mentioned districts yet, have we?
So districts are the bigger version, right? So if a landmark is like a small standalone building, a district is the
like a couple buildings and
2200,
also like the outside.
Yeah, 2200 or 2250. It's roughly a 2x2, and it's the full shebang. So that's where it really gets right. That's like your dockside thing, or your town square, or your marketplace, frontier outpost, whatever. And those, you jam 2 of those together, or 4 of those together. Now you have like just an absolute massive table of nonsense. And that's the question too. Are the completionist-y people going to go bonkers if we make more districts? So right now the pledge caps out at the triple district, which is still like whatever, $6,500. But conceptually, there's going to be like at least 6 districts or something. But they all have overlap, right? There's a ton of they're all going to be utilizing the same floor packs and the same core building packs, and there's going to be a lot of overlap in them. They'll each be distinct and each have some special stuff, but like you could definitely do all in to get all the pieces for less than that. But is it going to drive people nuts if they're like, wait, the cap is 3 districts, but there's 6 different ones? Am I going to lose my mind?
Completionists want one pledge, not a complex question.
I love that answer.
It's just such an interesting thing to point at.
But define completionist too, right? Because it's like, do you want to get every single sculpt?
Because everything here is using a couple things a lot.
All the districts are going to have crossover on some of the floors and some of the roofs and some of the walls and some of the whatever. So you could absolutely, if you went in for $6,500, you could absolutely get every single piece that's in the Kickstarter, but you couldn't necessarily get every single configuration of all the sets. But you could do it yourself. Like you would just you wouldn't be able to build them all at the same time if you wanted that much coverage.
Maybe the way to approach it is to figure out which of the make sure that there are 3 districts where if you get the highest pledge, you pick those three districts,
you get every single thing.
And you guarantee that between those 3 districts, you've gotten every sculpt. So the people who want everything, we say, if what you're looking for is every sculpt,
get these 3
this
things.
triple district pledge will give you every
all
sculpt.
The sculpt. We might be able to even squeak it in. I was trying to do toolboxes that were, they were districts that didn't actually build something. They were just collecting all the pieces in a place. I think you could do it with 2 districts and just get every single set, and some multiples of like floors. Like just getting 1 floor set isn't going to help you. It's a start, but if you're spending $4,000, you're going to need more than 1 set of floors.
Yeah, it's
but
very different.
That's where it gets dicey. Is like you need a bunch of the floors and the walls, and depending on whether or not you roofs or not, that's a whole other thing.
It's very different to build cities compared to all the other stuff.
Well, if you're doing interior or exterior, that's a whole other thing, right? Rabbit's just going to build a big city with nothing inside because his space marines don't go inside.
Well, and so that's another thing we should say too. When it comes to landmarks and districts, it's also the goal is to have them vary not just in appearance, but also hey, having some where there's no interior dressing and stuff. It's all about external. This pledge is good for war games or for setting up all exterior combat, and then having some that are very fully decorated buildings with a lot of interior dressing and stuff, and having a variety.
This is an encounter. This is you're inside the Thieves Guild fighting and doing whatever.
Yeah, basically having landmarks and districts that suit multiple different types of building, so that there's something for every kind of gamer, every kind of builder.
Wow. Doing something for everybody. Super easy.
Trying to make everybody happy. I just don't want to miss out on getting certain pieces. Never supported a Kickstarter from Dwarven Forge, missed them all, and there's lots I can't get anymore. The good news is we should do a lot better with that, with this one.
You will be able to get every single piece. Like we are making, there are no chase pieces. You will be able to get every piece, obviously depending on your budget. But like the pieces will be available and accessible. It won't be hidden behind anything. So you should be able to hunt everything down. And they're in logical packs that build stuff that makes sense. Have we seen this thing? Let's look at, let's hunt for new pieces.
Oh, also somebody was asking how the thatched roof was going because they missed the beginning of the stream. They didn't realize that we showed it.
It's about 3/4 of the way there. It's a little trapdoor. Toby put this together. New trapdoor in the lineup is a small size because we only had one small size trapdoor. So now we've got 2. This is going to be making an appearance all over the place.
Well, we've doubled the amount of trapdoors we have.
Yeah, it's amazing. We've shown this before. This is such a good, like, while we're in close on little stuff, like the handcart Michelle did. We were talking about, do we do a carriage or a wagon or whatever, and she's like, nobody has just like a miniatures sized handcart, right? One that like you could just carry around town with your stuff, and you could of course fit a mini in there if you wanted to, right? Or on top of it. The thief is in there with a crossbow and the fighter's pushing them around. Is that a battle wagon? Is a fun bit. All right, what other new, let's see, what other things?
There were still a lot of questions and stuff.
What else we got?
All right, let's see.
Stage, we got platforms, we get diagonals.
The FOMO pledge equals every sculpt. Completionist equals ability to build every landmark at once, plus any extra bits not included in a landmark. So the main thing is it's going to be so if we literally say
it's excessive though. Like
if we literally give you everything to build every district at once, it would be more money than Kickstarter will allow you to put in.
Yes, and not necessarily necessary. But I mean, yeah, we can put that in the pledge manager if you want.
And the whole thing with like making like a Heart of the City pledge or like a pledge that is like, we're trying to avoid making. Well, so we don't want any of these to have unique compositions, right? We want them to all be made up of
all the pledges are
packs.
built out of component sets.
Yeah.
There's 66 sets or something, and
we can't even say completionists like give you one of every set because that won't actually give you a good.
It's a bad ratio, but it would.
It's a really bad ratio for building. It's
Yeah, but it would give you everything. I mean, yeah, you could literally just have one of every set, but we want to give you a better, a useful collection of stuff. And because there's a lot of thought put into, how many diagonal roofs? Well, it needs to relate to the diagonal walls. How many regular roofs? Well, it needs to relate to the floors. How many corner posts? Well, it needs to relate to the floors and the walls, but then also if you're not doing walls, so there's for instance, the wall packs have 8 walls and 10 corner posts. And that's because I found doing a bunch of building that if you weren't doing 4x4s, as soon as you started opening up buildings larger, you would end up with, let's say if we were putting corner posts around, do I have anything built? Yeah, okay. I got a prop here. All right, so if these were 2 separate buildings, we'll do a quick, All right, so if we were doing 4x4s, 8 walls, 8 posts, floor. So a floor pack comes with 2 floors. Trapdoor.
The line arch with that.
Ooh. Oh yeah, we didn't. Where did the line arch go? Is it there?
I don't know. They've been asking for a bit, and I keep forgetting to tell you.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to grab it.
All right, we'll get that on that before we go. I'll put that in the front so I don't forget.
Yeah.
All right. So if you had 4 floors and 8 walls, we're just gonna put arbitrary, right? Boom, that works great, right? We can 8 walls in the pack. Floor pack has 2 floors, 8 walls in the wall pack, and 10 corner posts, right? So we got an extra 2 corner posts. So this is okay, so far this makes sense. Boom, boom, boom. It's all great. I don't know why there's double doors and there's things. We got Tudor walls. It doesn't matter. We're showing there's 8 walls at a thing. So now as soon as you as soon as you don't just build little single buildings, or you're not doing like this, as soon as you're doing this, that was awesome. It totally destroyed that. Now we've taken 2 walls out. We've got 2 spare walls out in this mix. Now imagine you do this on a larger scale, like you're building out a district or something, and you're doing buildings that are 4 by 8 or L-shaped or 8 by 8. You start ending up with a bunch of extra walls. So we realized if you put 2 extra posts in those packs, you could suddenly do 3 floor packs and 2 wall packs, and you'd have enough to build a larger building without having to do 3 wall packs to 3 floor packs. So it's by putting those 2 extra corner posts in, it's saving people like $100 if you just want to do like large buildings. So fun little ratios like that.
That's the math part of the job that happens
so
constantly.
Fun. Yeah. Well, it's the use case, right? It's like, oh, in paper it looks like this, and you start building, you're like, well, what if I do this? What if I do this? Do we have enough for this? How is that going to work? Yada, yada, yada.
Somebody was asking if we're going to make corner post fillers for the Vs.
You know, it's come up now every single stream, so it's under high consideration. Perhaps Michelle is even thinking about it as we speak. Hey,
that looks pretty good, actually. Like the colors match up better than I thought they would.
Looks like it's bricked up, right? It was like once no, it was once an opening, and then they sealed it up. What's so funny? Just kill them. That was the last we saw, Chris. You okay? Oh, here's the other one.
I'm great.
It's totally fine. It's totally normal. The other, oh.
Yeah, no, that fits in there really well. I can't remember who was asking about it, but like, yeah, that
Crease secretions
works. Oh, gross. Nice. I don't even know. Was that Dungeon of Doom? When did we make that? What is that?
That was from Caverns Deep.
Okay.
It was also from Caverns Deep. We got this one.
Yeah, that works.
Neat. Yeah.
Any of the arch inserts can go in there.
Here's another Michelle classic. The oh no, what is transpiring here? Totally fits, no problem. This is the like Indiana Jones style door she did from Dungeon of Doom. Holy moly!
Any chance of seeing a thatched roof tonight?
Yeah, I'll pull that back out. The boarded up. There we
It
go.
started off with like a nice build that uses that too, and it had the fogger going and everything, and now it's all been
yeah, that's cool.
dismantled.
All right.
Hey, David Moffat, you missed a lot of building and a lot of new pieces.
I mean, look at the table. It's
Yeah, it's been.
All right, this was the.
It's been a night.
It's still a night.
It's been a night.
I don't know where I put the thing. Oh, here we go. This was the current state of thatch. Let me just put on something. Oh.
So there was an accident when making.
Only one.
When making, there was a couple accidents when making. We've had a wonderful time trying to get this thing made, in house. It's a very big, solid piece, which
didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
Oh no, what's going on with the foggers didn't work out. Too.
Better those pieces than the master he tried to break. I can't.
It was science. It's science.
I'm gonna be on a train with Tyler for an hour and a half tomorrow. I'm gonna have to keep this a secret the whole time.
So this is the current state of the thatch roof. It's missing the roof part of the roof, but we'll get there. But
that's the texture and what the paint looks like and stuff.
Yeah, it's a first pass of paint per se. It's gonna have it has a baked-in chimney. It has a complete roof. It has a nice little top. It fits over the fogger, which is on interval mode, and boom, we get a little thing. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I will say, that fog is very aggressive for a chimney.
Yeah, well, you know, it's fantasy fog. See,
Yeah.
it's, it just comes out. The gnomes are in there doing something. They're up to gnome good. As it were. All right, that was the thatched roof. So we'll show off the real deal. Hopefully next week.
Yeah, we're making another one that will be complete.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Is there a Kickstarter link yet? Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We should. That was.
Oh, I should put that in the news. I completely forgot about it. We have the preview page for the Kickstarter up.
Woo! You can go follow it.
Yeah. So if you look for Cities Untold Lowtown, it shows up. We're launching. Dude, we almost got 700 people following already. So
wow. January 15th.
January 15th is when we launch, but you can follow it now. I think that improves discoverability. People looking around.
I don't know.
Not.
I think so. I mean, it certainly doesn't hurt.
Either way, we're pushing it just because it'll send you a notification when the project goes live, just in case you miss emails or whatever. But I think most people who are here will know when it launches. But
follow it because it helps the algorithm. It helps the.
I think it does. Yeah.
It makes us feel popular.
It makes it seem more like we're a big deal. So then, if somebody who comes across us, comes across it, and they see it, it's like, oh, a lot of people are excited for this. Maybe there's something going on here.
Those folks are a big deal.
Wow.
Well, I better pledge now.
Wow, look at that.
But do they have a thatched roof? But do they have modular ships?
I'm not backing unless there's a thatched roof and a modular ship. You can put a thatched roof on a modular ship. Let's think about an actual viewable page rather than that one. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, we won't have an actual viewable page until
January 14th.
Yeah. 688 followers already. Wow. Wow. We got 7 more since I opened the page then. 7 of you have followed it in the last minute.
Thank you.
Any chance we'll get single-sided posts that there's not an extra bit showing in our interiors? Talking like a straight post instead of the corner?
You know what the problem with straight posts? The enhance. So believe it or not, I don't know if you can sort of see it from the bottom. It's not symmetrical in so if you cut this off where the wall would be here. I don't know if you can see it on camera. It's actually asymmetrical. So we would have to make a right and a left post, which is really annoying.
And then you would have to keep track of which was a right and which was a left.
Yeah, it's a real pain. It was a real design flaw in the early. It's off by only a couple of millimeters, just enough to be off. The other. There's a whole bunch of things.
So basically, if we changed it, it suddenly wouldn't be backwards compatible with the old city stuff.
Well, we would have to change the holes for all the floors. It would just be a whole be a thing.
It'd be a mess.
Yeah, it's not so good. But we've been hearing everybody we told the story. We put out we put out a survey and said, hey, what are your, we listed 10 things that were sort of the problems with cities. And the one that ranked lowest out of the 3,000 people or 4,000 people that answered it was people didn't care about these V cutouts, visible V cutouts were the least thing that bothered everybody. But now on these streams, it seems to be keep coming up. So we're thinking about making something that'll fit in there. Michelle is brainstorming it as we speak.
I think it's one of those situations where it might not bother that many people, but the people it bothers, it really bothers.
Yeah. So we'll see. Well, and if we fixed all the other problems, then now that's the glaring problem.
Now it's the biggest problem because we fixed everything else. Yeah. I get that.
So we get there.
And I mean, especially now that we've split the Hightown and Lowtown stuff up, it's given us a little more wiggle room to consider stuff like that.
But it's also, that's one of the nice things about doing the show is we get to keep hearing what you're saying, which sometimes differs from a survey we spent 3 years ago. I think it was 3. It was a long time ago.
The cities?
Yeah.
We sent that out.
It was before.
Did we send it out before the end of 2020? It was after Wildlands.
I thought it was before Wildlands.
No. No, it was post Wildlands.
We sent the sci-fi one out after.
That was post Wildlands, yeah.
Post Wildlands, but I thought we sent the cities like a year before that. I thought it was like.
I think
I
it
don't
was.
know.
I'm pretty
Who
sure.
knows?
It was,
Is anybody watching? Anybody remember?
I'm pretty sure it was after Wildlands, but before the end of 2020. I remember doing it after Hellscape.
Yeah, I feel like it was
No
after
way.
Hellscape. Yeah. I think we did a cities survey after Hellscape.
I feel like I was in.
And then we, because we were starting to think about cities, we knew what we were doing with Wildlands. So we were starting to think about cities. So we wanted to ask people what their thoughts on cities were. And I don't know. I have the results somewhere. I can.
Swiss Army Mage says it was after Wildlands. He wouldn't have gotten it otherwise. Yes, right after Wildlands. Okay, so people who've joined us with Wildlands
Says right after Wildlands. Well, there you go.
got it, so it had to be after Wildlands.
And then we also sent sci-fi after Wildlands.
Yeah, sci-fi we sent after that.
Yeah.
Please do not release sci-fi stuff. I only have so much money. Well, the good news is the sci-fi project is not going to be nearly as large as this.
That's the only good news.
Yeah. It's going to be smaller.
The
But that
bad
just means
news
you can
is
get
it's
high
coming-
that just means you can get high multiples of that set though to be able to do larger
It's
and
coming
larger
right
sets.
on the heels of Lowtown, so buckle up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember taking one in like November 2020.
So
Dinah
that
has
was
the
probably-
Dinah has the receipts. Thursday, November 5th, 2020.
Woo!
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping us honest. So what was the one we sent right after Hellscape? That must have been. Was that for Wildlands? Maybe. Maybe that was a Wildlands survey.
Was it a general like what are you interested in seeing situation? Was it trying to get like a read on what people were like?
I don't know. I do like sending out surveys though. It's fun to see what they
General biome survey.
say.
September 2019, she got one. Is there any forward planning between Cities Untold and Sci-Fi?
Was there what?
Any forward planning between Cities Untold and Sci-Fi? Oh, like are we doing things in Cities Untold to work with Sci-Fi?
No.
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 The main thing there is because Cities Untold are like above ground scale, and Sci-Fi is going to be more in line with dungeons, right? It's
No,
not?
it should be. I
No?
think it's gonna be surface scale.
It's going to be surface scale?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
everything's gonna be true 1 inch because that was just silly to not ever. The only reason we had stuff not be true 1 inch was because the resin shrunk, and so all those things shrunk just a
And
little
then
bit.
we wanted to match the resin.
Stefan's like, well, people need to match to their resins, so we're gonna just make everything a little bit small. And then decided, going into the cities, let's just make it larger again, and then smaller again, and then larger again. And then, so it's just everything's, yeah, it's.
Well,
So
that's
we
exciting.
get that, yeah. So sci-fi will be real, true 1 inch. I pitched, much to the chagrin of the rest of the dev team. I pitched doing sci-fi at like 32 millimeter scale. Have the
And just
squares
having it
be
not
like
match entirely.
squares be like 1.25 inches or something.
I
so that
think if
there's
we were
room
doing-
for minis, because minis are getting so big and all these guns and stuff is shooting off in every which direction, and like there'd be room, like everything would be a little bigger. The walls could be just a little bit higher, space a little bit bigger, but it would blow up all compatibility. Because right now, you could take sci-fi stuff and build in you could build like the spaceship in a cavern, a la Expedition to Barrier Peaks or whatever. Like you can do some fun stuff. You do the Bat Cave, that sort of thing. So you couldn't do if we changed the scale like that, it would just blow everything up. But
Yeah. Okay.
it was trying to accommodate big old miniatures.
I don't know if they realize we're listening to every word about the sci-fi set. No, we know.
Yeah. Oh, are people here?
Holy shoot.
Yeah.
Please, no more Scalegate.
Yeah.
I wish that we could actually just completely solve Scalegate forever, but we're too deep in both directions at this
Oh,
point.
it's an absolute
We have to
disaster.
we have to keep supporting both because
it
would be a disaster if we stopped either one.
Yep.
Sci-fi isn't dungeon scale and therefore isn't compatible with the resin sci-fi in terms of scale. Yeah, it's not compatible with the resin sci-fi.
Resin compatibility is not one of our high concerns.
Especially because there was not much of the resin sci-fi made. There's not a lot of it out there.
Well, and the style is going to be radically different.
Yeah, it's gonna look different. It's
not retro futurism. It's gonna be cool. Much more Star Warsy. We should wrap this thing up.
Should we?
9 o'clock.
It is 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Did we wait?
Did we what? Did we show?
Did we go off on a sci-fi tangent instead of answering a question?
What was the question?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. Was there a question?
Why were we talking about this? For city buildings, is it compatible with 28mm or 32mm? Don't. That's way too much. There's no reason for that much.
We fog ourselves out.
There's no reason for that much. We need one more bean. We have no beans to show you right now.
We showed. I mean, we showed the diagonal. You've seen the ivy. I don't think what else we have that's new that is.
Where are my Underdoom banks? Well, hopefully making them next year. I would hope.
Yeah.
Because all we got to do is get a paint master to them.
Underdoom has been moving. Yeah. Right.
Oh, did we do the master for them?
Which master?
For that one bank.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
You just meant moving like it's been selling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Underdoom's actually been doing well.
Because it's cool.
Yes. And if we make it accessible, people will eventually want to collect every item.
Turns out if you let people buy things, they'll buy them.
Yeah. People want our pieces. We just got to make them easy to get. It was about sci-fi's take. Oh, was it about cities taking sci-fi into account in planning?
Oh, yeah. So, no.
Yeah, no, there's not really a ton of crossover between cities and sci-fi.
Nothing in here. I'm seeing if there's any other pieces we haven't shown. No, I don't think anything.
Let's see.
All right, let's get out of here.
We haven't seen as much from Elevation yet. We don't have much to show you.
It's coming though.
Yeah, Elevation is going to be Elevation like scaffolding is going to be another thing where it's like, here's 1,000 ways this goes together and all the stuff it can do.
Toby is sculpting on that as we speak.
Yes.
Finish that stuff out. Yeah, we've never been this close to launch and not had so many core pieces not in hand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go figure.
Yeah.
But we're getting
doing
there.
something with much more complicated tooling than usual.
It's
has
wild.
Really thrown a wrench into a lot of it. But all this stuff is so cool.
Well, and it's functional, right? We've got
that's the thing. Like, hey, it's functioning now.
Together.
We had to learn entirely new skills and expand our in-house production capabilities to get here, but it's very cool stuff.
Yep, I'm pumped. The more I get to play with it, the more exciting it is. It's also testament to that. Like we were just sort of hoping a lot of the stuff would work, and it is.
Is the sci-fi Kickstarter pledge open as well? No.
No, we haven't launched that project yet.
Yeah.
2023.
Yes, it's going to be the thing we do after this. Unless something weird happens. Oh wait, let's talk about Crystal Caverns.
Oh yeah. All right. So good night, everybody. It's been.
I'm trying to get.
We get there. Yeah. We've heard the call, the clarion call of crystals.
We're having some conversations.
Yeah.
So
we get there.
Yeah.
Oh. I should have realized it. I didn't. I just.
Did you just discover new compatibility?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's obvious, but apparently not to me. I just realized. I don't know why I hadn't thought of it before. If you have the two diagonals together, you can put a 2x2. Fits cleanly. So then 4 diagonals would give you a 4x4 with a 2x2 in the middle. You can make like a really wild.
Nice.
Like, I don't know what it is, but you can do it.
Mini Kickstarters to get crystals back. No, it should just be straight to store.
Interesting.
This look really nice.
Yeah. Could be like a really. I don't know what you do.
Just I'm sure when you take some time to like build it out, you'll think of something.
No, I wish we made it.
You could do. If you just have the post and you like leave things open, you do stuff like that. Like you could make like a boardwalk with like gazebos,
gazebo-y
like covered areas. That could be fun. But I think those routes would still function. They remind me of the old picnic areas at ball fields.
You could also do like a fun, like if you're doing a straight run, you could have like these little.
You could have the bridge coming off of that too, and you could have like apartment buildings like up on that like everybody's like stacked up on the top of each other.
Yeah, and these are two. You put two doors.
It's two different apartments that are all just like one little room.
Come up there. Or you could also do stairs up to this thing, right? You could have, stairs going up to that. It then has two doors. That's cool, huh?
Yeah, wild.
Cool. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. We will be back next week, making a big mess of the table with prototypes and who knows what. Or maybe we do that build next week that we were just talking about. Throw a bunch of scaffolding in the mountains, or maybe we do it the week after. I don't know. We'll see what it all.
Depends on what we got. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the good questions, good insights.
Yeah.
The usual stuff. It really is a pleasure.
Yes.
I'm excited to see what new pieces we'll have to show next week.
Yeah.
6 weeks to launch. Woo!
6 weeks.
6, right? 6 and a half, six and a half,
weeks.
something like that.
6 weeks, pretty much. I mean, the 15th. A little over 6 weeks.
Great.
6 weeks and a few days.
Who's counting? Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.